Come on, I gotta get up to this guy. Come on, man. Come on. You're in so much trouble. Michael, I need some help. What should I do to try and pass this guy?
High, wide, and handsome, my friend.
I'm losing so much speed.
You'll get the run off the corner.
I can't. I've just lost the run. Okay, I gotta do some defense here. I gotta block this guy in return. If I can. Ah, man, Toyota suck.
Don't wreck him. Don't pull a Daniel Suarez.
Holy crap, it's 8 o'clock. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh.
He's using that
It is
darn
8
cheat in the
o'clock.
steering wheel.
I just 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock, and Motorsports 360 is back in your life. I just realized that. I was in the middle of playing Project Cars 2.
I
Sorry,
almost sounds like the live thing wasn't working. It's like, oh great, gotta restart it. But nope.
Did you guys see that flip, though? Did you guys see that flip?
No.
No, I'm
Oh,
gonna
I
try
just
this.
see we're all 100% professionals here, and we take our job very seriously.
Yep.
I was just doing that for the laughs. Anyway, let's get to a place where you guys can see me good. I just had to do that. Anyway, we are back in your life, like I just said, from a wild week in Talladega. I'm Marty. Say hi to your panelists. Michael.
Say hi.
And Cody.
Hello, YouTube. How's it going today? I'm here in the common room, so I'm gonna have to be a little bit quieter because I'm not technically alone right now. But
Oh, I was
yeah,
gonna say, you sound kind of depressed.
that's because I'm quieter.
As long as you're not depressed.
Don't worry, I'm not.
All right. Anyway, let's get started. We have a lot to talk about, so let's get right into the action. All right, so we have the Cup race at Talladega. A wild super speeder race like usual. I will start on lap 27, coming in for green flag pit stops. Jamie McMurray gets tagged from Eric Jones and collects Jeffrey Earnhardt and Mark Thompson. Would end 3 of those 4 drivers' day. Would not end Jones. Actually, you know what? It actually did. Yeah, it did. Lap 52, Paul Menard hits the wall in turn 3. Then lap 57, stage 1 would conclude with the top 10 being Horseface. Horseface's evil twin teammate, Blaney. Denhouse, 7-time. Boyer, McDowell, KB41, Trevor Bayne, and Mr. Kane. Lap 112, stage 2 concluded. Your top 10, Blaney, Horseface, Boyer, Awesome Chase from the same place, KB41, the older Dylan, 7-time, Happy Harvick, him, and Denny Hamlin.
Hammer and Hamlin.
Yeah, Hammer and Hamlin. Then it got wild.
Ham and cheese sandwich.
Don't know how wild it got.
17.
Let's start things off on lap 153 when a spin happened involving Trevor Bayne, collected Suarez and Kurt Busch. Lap 157, a restart accident with Clint Boyer, Eric Almirola, AJ Allmendinger, Cole Witt. Excuse me. Oh, I'm okay. I'm fine.
Okay.
Greg Aldane and Mike McDowell. Lap 166, Joey Gates would tag the wall in turn 2 on his day. And then lap 173 came the big one. Many drivers involved. Austin Dillon, Kevin Harvick, Danica Patrick, Ty Dillon, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Kyle Busch, Matt Kenseth, Matt DiBenedetto, Landon Castle, David Reagan, Kurt Busch, Jimmy Johnson, Brendan Gaughan, Martin Truex Jr., and Michael McDowell would bring out a red flag for 12 minutes. Then on lap 179, Joey Logano will get a turn involving Kevin Harvick, Trevor Bayne, Ryan Blaney, and Brendan Gaughan. We have a red flag for nearly 6 minutes. Then on lap number 184, in a battle for the lead, Chase Elliott tries to make it 3 wide in turn 3 with spin-out leader Daniel Suarez, also collecting Casey Kane, Chris Buescher, and Kyle Larson.
Hey,
This
hey,
would
correct your word. Chase Elliott did not spin them out. I will put the blame on Suarez.
I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just going to say it's a racing incident. Red flag would also come out once again for 17 minutes. At the end of the day, on the final lap, Brad Keselowski makes the pass on Ryan Newman to win it. Trevor Bayne finished third, Joey Logano fourth, Eric Almirola fifth, Denny Hamlin sixth, Dale Jr. seventh, Casey Kane eighth. A round of applause for the driver who finished in ninth place, a driver you would not expect. Got his best finish ever, the 83 of Gray Golding. Round of applause for him.
Yay!
How did you do it? I don't know, Gray. I don't know. You should have been the first caution.
He avoided all the wrecks. That's how.
I don't know how. I just don't know. And then David Ragan would finish 10th. Two drivers were parked for working on their cars under the red flag. Jimmy Johnson, I'm sorry, Mike.
Yeah, that incident was kind of weird, but if you look at his car, it was completely
Yeah.
no hay
And
on
Matt,
the track.
and as well, Matthew Benedetto, which made me mad.
NASCAR just doesn't like Matt in general, I feel like.
But the fans do.
Yep. And NASCAR doesn't like the fans, so.
Hello to Derek and Royals. Anyway, now we get to the Truck Series race, another wild one. Started on lap number 20, Kaz Gralla and Chris Fontaine would wreck in turn number 4. Gralla would be done for the day and out of the playoffs. Stage 1 concluded at that time with your top 10 being Johnny Sauter, followed by Justin Haley, Christopher Bell, my local boy Stuart Friesen, Myatt Snyder, Matt Crafton, John Nemechek, Ben Rhodes, Cody Coughlin, and Parker Kligerman. Then lap 42 was the conclusion to stage 2. Your top 10, Johnny Sauter, Justin Haley, Myatt Snyder, Austin Cindric, Matt Crafton, my boy Stuart Friesen, John Nemechek, Cody Coughlin, Ben Rhodes, and Grant Enfinger. Then it got wild. Lap 55, wreck involving Clay Greenfield, John Nemechek, Ben Rhodes, Matt Crafton, and Regan Smith in turn 3 would bring out a caution. And then lap 71, a big-time lick with Cody Coughlin, Ben Rhodes, Chris Fontaine, Wendell Chavis, and Myatt Snyder on the front stretch would bring out a red flag for 8 minutes. Coughlin's car went airborne in the wreck. However, luckily, with all these things that Fox was talking about, the flaps on the bed kept that car on the ground. My goodness, what a good testament to the safety NASCAR has had. Let's do some snapping for that.
Okay, Michael Waltrip.
Like it's a poetry slam.
A 2-finger clap.
Lap 91, a spin involving Austin Wayne Self would bring out the caution. Then lap, which would send us in overtime. And then the final lap, a wreck with Noah Gragson, Johnny Sauter, Justin Haley, Stuart Friesen, and Matt Crafton. In turn 1 would end the race. And guess who got the win at the end of the day? An upset. The 75 of Parker Kligerman. A round of applause for that.
Yay! Sorry, I can't do well.
Here's your top 10. Kligerman with the win. Christopher Bell second. Myatt Snyder third. Grant Enfinger fourth. Austin Cindric sixth. John Nemechek in seventh. This guy that I don't know of who finished in 7th position, we'll give him a round of applause anyway because I don't know this guy. The 66 of Vinnie Miller, whoever that is, finishing 7th. That does deserve a round of applause. Keep it going, though. Keep it going because Clay Greenfield finished 8th.
Oh, good Lord.
Matt Crafton 9th, and Tyler Young finishes 10th. All right, now we get to the headlines. We have a lot of headlines. So bad news coming out of Dale Jr.'s crew. There will be a spotter change next season on the 88 lineup, even though Dale Jr. will be retiring. TJ Majors, who is actually a local native, was his home town was like half-hour away from me. He'll be with his last season with the 88. It's been confirmed, I believe, that Majors will be going to the 22, and Kevin Hamlin will now go to the 88. That is true, correct?
Yeah, it's true.
Do you know where Tab Boyd goes?
Crap. I think he's replacing Kevin Hamlin. Don't quote me on it, though.
Who is?
Tab Boyd. Or no,
Tab?
said anything on Tab yet, I don't think.
Okay.
I think there's just been speculation.
Okay.
There'll probably be something confirmed later on.
There is some good news, though, out of the 88 lineup, and it's the fact that Dale and his wife, Amy, are expecting a girl around August of 2018. That deserves a round of applause.
I have a baby name.
What is your baby name?
Ralph Amelia Earnhardt.
Ooh.
Or
It
just
wouldn't be Ralph, though.
Or something like that, you know.
It wouldn't be Ralph, though. Amelia, though.
It's probably going to be something stupid like Courtney.
Alrighty. Hey, Michael, I got some good news for you.
I'll take some good news.
With the departure of Danica Patrick, Aspen Dental will not be returning to the 10 car for Stewart-Haas Racing next season.
I wouldn't necessarily call that good news, but
to you, it should be.
Sponsors leaving isn't a good thing.
To you, though, it should be because you don't like Danica.
I never said I didn't like anyone associated with her, though. Like, I don't like Danica, but I like Tony Stewart and Kurt Busch and Kevin Harvick.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
I'm not a Danica fan.
Anyway, our official favorite driver of Motorsports 360, Alon Day, Chocolate.
Clit.
Okay.
That topic.
My poster just fell. Just won the NASCAR Whelen Euro Series Championship.
Yeah.
Yay, you did it. Congratulations. Now, only if you had won in a Dodge, I would have given you a standing ovation.
Next step is the Cup Series.
You could do it, Alon.
He's going to win 10 championships in 130 races.
However, though, he would like to run another Cup race this year. He raced back in June with BK Racing at Sonoma. Finished, I believe, like 35th or something like that.
I bet that 66 has an opening.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe 55. Or maybe the Starcom team.
Maybe. Anyway, some more news today. Well, not today, yesterday. But there were two days of Goodyear tire testing at the Charlotte Motor Speedway Roval concluded on Wednesday, with drivers gearing up for next year's Bank of America 500 by lapping Charlotte's challenging 18-turn 2.4-mile course. Martin Truex Jr., Kurt Busch, Jamie McMurray, and Daniel Hemrick tested tires for next year's Bank of America 500 on September 28th through the 30th, 2018, the first road course race in the history of the Cup Series playoffs. Truex Jr. says it is very interesting, and it's been growing on him a bit since they started. The Watkins Glen tires they started on were way too hard for here, and it was a bit of a challenge getting started. But they picked 10 seconds throughout Tuesday. That's your typical road course. A unique challenge with the infield being flat and the racetrack having the banking it has, which is 24 degrees. Drivers reach top speeds of 175 miles an hour throughout the oval, which features a 35-foot elevation change, in addition to more turns than any track on the NASCAR circuit. Some big news for my boy Matt Madal. Coming into this weekend, it will be his 100th race in the Cup Series. Making his first start in 2015, he's recorded 3 top 10s, 2 of which are this season from Daytona and Indianapolis. Average finish in 2015 was 32nd, and you see that statistic improved this year with Go Faster Racing, where his average finish is 27th. He has resigned through 2018, where the team will continue to grow throughout the offseason and look to improve their average finish up into the top 25. All right. So that team called Starcom Racing with Derek Culp debuting this weekend on Sunday. The crew chief will be Tony Furr, who is a long-standing crew chief in both Cup and Xfinity, brings a lot of experience and knowledge. Up next, NASCAR is expected to mandate a standard pit gun. Over the last few years, the race teams have poured hundreds of thousands of dollars into developing pit guns that help gain valuable time for tire changers. But it'll change next year. 2 people with knowledge of the situation told JeffGluck.com on Monday that NASCAR is planning to move to a standard pit gun. That means teams like Joe Gibbs Racing, known for its pit gun development, will lose a potential advantage next season. This could also mean the end of Jackmans as well throughout the years to come. Next season, Furniture Row Racing will have full-time funding. You will not see Furniture Row on the hood as a sponsor next season, luckily. So Bass Pro Shops and Fiber Energy will each sponsor Martin Truex Jr. for 30 races. For 6 races will be sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. 16 races, the orange-hued paint scheme will feature Bass Pro Shops as the dominant brand on the hood and 5 Hour Energy as the brand on the side of the car. For another 14 races, the red paint scheme will showcase 5 Hour Energy as the dominant brand and Bass Pro Shops on the side. The color and primary design of the team fursuits for the 30 races will be the company which holds the dominant position on the hood of the Toyota. And if you have not seen the schemes yet, they look very nice for next season. Some more silly season news. Jeffrey Earnhardt will be returning to the 33 car for 2018. That came out of Twitter on Sunday. Some more news coming out today. Spencer Boyd will be driving in the Xfinity Series full-time next season for SS Greenlight Racing in the 76 with sponsorship from Grunt Style. This is going to be a multi-year agreement with their sponsor, Grunt Style. But it should be interesting to see what he does in the 76. So there is a rumor on J-Ski that Brennan Poole could be going to Richard Childress next season, and it could be in the Cup Series. Chip Ganassi and Brennan Poole are expected to part ways at the end of the season. However, though, asked about his future on SiriusXM Tuesday, Poole said he was sure what the future held, but sources say that Brennan Poole will be going to a Monster Energy Cup Series ride at Richard Childress Racing with the 27, as Paul Bernard is departing for the Wood Brothers next year. It's nothing confirmed just yet. Some other big silly season news in the Xfinity Series. I don't think we talked about it last week, but Christopher Bell will be going to Joe Gibbs Racing full time in the Xfinity Series. In the 19, this will be very interesting to see how he does. And one more story before we go. It's in the IndyCar Series. Schmidt Peterson Racing has announced Schmidt Peterson. Yeah, I gotta look. It is Schmidt Peterson Motorsports. They have announced a 2018 lineup. James Hinchcliffe has resigned a multi-year deal. And with a new driver in, which is a fellow Canadian, Robert Wickens. He has been driving for Mercedes-Benz in the Douche Tourenwagen Master Series in Europe. He did fill in for for Schmidt Peterson during a practice day at the Cola Grand Prix of Road America in June when Michaela Lotion, who I miss, had visa issues and could not be at the track. That does it for the headlines. It is the first all-Canadian full-time team in IndyCar racing since 2004, when Paul Tracy and Patrick Carpentier drove for Forsyth Racing in Champ Car. Alrighty, that does it for the headlines. Let's get to the discussion time. Elijah, what's up, buddy? So the first question for you guys in discussion time is about First few questions will be about Talladega. Let's talk about Dale Jr. first. Even if he had a 7th place finish, how would you grade Junior's performance? Michael, we'll start with you like usual.
I give it an A-, only because he wasn't as dominant as I thought he was going to be, and he didn't win. But he put on one last show for his fans. He finally was able to be in contention for the win after what seems like years. I know a lot of his fans were super proud of him, and they were really happy that he finally gave him a reason to scream at the TV again. So I was proud of him. I know a lot of people are. It was a good week for him. Good finish at Talladega and announcing that he was going to have his first child, and I'm happy for him. I'm glad he was in contention. I'm glad he was able to avoid all those wrecks. But I'm very sad he wasn't able to win.
Okay. Cody.
Same as well, A-. It's like he avoided all the wrecks, luckily. It's like if it would have been his usual luck, then he would have been involved in the first big one and would have been out of the race. So that's why I'm gonna give him an A- because he didn't dominate the race. That was more towards a Ford thing. But he did really good. He finished in the top 10. So yeah, pretty happy to see Dale Jr. finally getting a good finish this season.
Okay. I'm going to give Junior a better grade. It's not an A+. I'm going to give him an A because here's the reason why. Had he finished outside the top 10, it would have been an A- or a B+. But he missed 3 wrecks so closely. The first wreck, he got loose, and he saved it. The second wreck, he was this close to being involved. And the third wreck, he was that same length, that close. Invincibility right there. My goodness, I went nuts over all 3 of those wrecks that he missed. Even though he wasn't as down as he was, I'm still going to give that an A anyway. A great final Talladega performance for the fans here. Congratulations, Dale, on a great career, by the way, even though you got a few weeks left. All right.
Why he was the king of restrictor plates at one time.
Yes. Now I have a follow-up question. With Brad Keselowski winning, he has a few wins, 2009, 2012,
Okay.
2014, 2016 and 2017. That's his fifth win at the Super Speedway. You guys think he's going to be the next Dale Earnhardt Jr.? Just real quick, just shout it out, Michael.
No comment.
Cody?
Maybe. I'm going to say maybe. He'll probably get at least as much wins or more as Dale Earnhardt Jr., but he's probably not the next Dale Jr.
I'm going to say a maybe as well. All right. So the next question for you guys is, with all the wrecks we had in the playoffs, who is now in trouble after every wreck we had? Cody, you're first.
Wait a minute, I thought I went first last time.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
no, I went first. Yeah, Cody.
what the heck? Oh, yeah,
You're-
you went first 2 times in a row. Okay, then.
That doesn't matter.
No, that was a quick follow-up question. That doesn't count.
Oh, okay. So, who's in trouble? Well, it's like Stanhouse and McMurray are obviously in trouble out of most one situation, but I'm gonna be a little more risky than that. I'm gonna say Kyle Busch is in trouble. You know why? Because look at the guys at the bubble. You get Jimmy Johnson and Matt Kenseth. Both of them have won Kansas before. I know Kyle Busch has won Kansas before, but I'm sure Kenseth is gonna kick it up, and I'm sure Johnson is gonna kick it up. Guess who else is in the bubble? Ryan Blaney. They said I think he finished in the top 10, if I'm correct, in the spring. So all those drivers would be there, and Kyle Busch will most likely have to win, especially if Jimmy Johnson leads the race.
Okay. Stenhouse and McMurray are done. That's all I'm going to say. They're in a must-win situation. I don't see them winning Talladega. That leaves us down to 10 drivers. I'm going to call it right here, right now. Kyle Busch will not make it.
Wow.
Jimmy Johnson will outperform Kyle Busch. Well, I think Kyle Busch will outperform Jimmy Johnson by just one, maybe two positions. It'll be close. I still think Jimmy Johnson advances, though. Matt Kenseth, it's a hurts for me to say it. He's out. So your top 8, I say right now, stay the same. With MTJ and Keselowski advancing, Harvick, Larson, Hamlin, Elliott, Blaney, and Johnson advance to the semis. What do you think, Michael?
All right. Well, obviously, as it's already been well documented, Stenhouse and McMurray are in must-win situations. Have not shown the speed at mile and a half this season that proves that they could possibly get it done. We've said that Matt Kenseth and Kyle Busch, they're under the cut line. Matt isn't as bad of a situation as he could have been. If he had completed all those laps, he probably would have minus 18 instead of minus 8. And I think Kyle's going to have to run top 3 if he's going to make it into the next round and get stage points. So obviously all those guys are in a bad situation, but I'm going to go with someone who's actually above the cutoff line and could possibly fall out, and that guy is Ryan Blaney. You keep in mind, mile and a half haven't exactly been where he's shined. I won't say he's necessarily dominated, especially in the playoffs so far. With Charlotte, he didn't have a very good run. He was not very good, but he was able to rally back for a top 10 because some other guys had issues. So I would keep an eye on him this weekend as a guy to potentially maybe not have those same issues, but with all those other guys having issues just like they did at Charlotte.
Okay. So the next question for you guys is we'll go to the truck series now. With Parker Kligerman winning in the 75, do you guys think that the 75 will go full time in the truck series next season? I'm gonna make a bold prediction. I believe they will. I think that's enough money with the funds they have. I think they will be able to make a full time run at the championship next year with most likely PK as the driver. I'm sorry, Caleb Holman. You got to find a different ride, though. Michael?
Truck Series is in shambles. No way they're gonna go full time. I know Talladega was a big win for them, and it gave them some money, but the winners' earnings are still not nearly enough to, in my opinion, keep that team running full time for an entire season next year. But I don't know what their current situation is, so we're gonna have to wait and see what their announcement is on that. But I just don't see how it would be possible for them to continue on for a full time season.
Okay, Cody.
How many races did the 75 make so far this year?
I'm not too sure. That's a good question.
Because it depends on how many races that 75 made this season. Because if I find out that they made like the vast majority of the races, then I can sort of see them going full time because they got the equipment. They're like the best underdog team in the Camping World Truck Series. So I can possibly see them maybe going to a full time ride. Maybe they're the next HRE with Ryan Truex. But in here, um, I don't know who would be the driver for the 75. Like Caleb Pullman deserves a full time ride in the Truck Series, but unfortunately, it might not be in the 75. I'm going to be a little bold here and say Dale Wallace somehow manages to not be in the 43 and goes to the 75 since he's won at Michigan in the 99, plus he pretty much has potential. Instead of going to the Cup Series with a ride where he'll probably finish 20 somewheres in points, he would end up going to the 75 and makes the playoffs and probably might make the championship four.
Okay.
If they can find a way to save the Truck Series some money, like the composite body, for example, or maybe that engine that I think Arca is using, find a way to use that, then I could definitely see them trying to go full time. I forgot to add that part in. I just remembered. So
Okay. Next question for you fellas is going to be related to Truck Series. It's Christopher Bell. How do you see him performing in the Xfinity Series next season, Michael?
well, from just a little bit that we've seen out of him from driving in that 20 car, um, have they said which car he's going to be driving? Well, I guess.
Most likely 19, if I were to guess.
Oh well. Either way, just from the little bit that we've seen out of him in the Xfinity series so far, I would expect him to do pretty well. I, I mean, I don't know what else you can say about him. He's a phenomenal talent. Joe Giz has been really good with scouting drivers, except for Matt Tiff for whatever reason. But yeah, I would expect him to have similar success if we could just get those Cup drivers out of the Xfinity series.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to accept that. Cody.
It's like I almost see the same thing with him happening with William Byron. Like Christopher Bale goes into Joe Gibbs Racing, and I can see him like only getting 2 or 3 wins. Like I know he's winning all the time in the Truck Series, but look at William Byron. He won all the time in the Truck Series last season, and he's only got 3 wins. So I'm gonna say the same for Christopher Bale.
Okay. I think Bell's going to do really good, probably much better than Tiff did in the night does in the 19 this season. Bell's going to get a win, maybe two. Wouldn't be surprised though if he got three as well. I think he'll be a contender in the playoffs, definitely. Make it to the round of eight. It'll be close though for the round of four this season. Next, for 2018, for 2019, I could see him making it to the final four.
He'll take advantage of those standalone races.
Yeah. Alrighty. So next question for you guys could be about the Charlotte Rover. Will it be a successful race next season, Cody?
What next season? Sorry, I didn't get the question.
Will
Will the Charlotte Roval be a success?
Yes.
Huh, I definitely see it as a success. Being the elimination race and around the 16th, that's just gonna bring a lot more intensity in the playoffs. That might replace like the Talladega elimination race. That one could be the most exciting elimination race out of all of them next year.
Okay. I believe the Roval, I think what I'm seeing right now with this new final turn, to be honest, that will provide for an exciting finish. I can just see it happening right now. Um, if it was a standalone race for the Xfinity, you could definitely see it. Xfinity, I could really see a Cup. You could. So that's gonna be a maybe. That's what I'm thinking about the Roval. It will be a successful race to watch. Can't wait. Michael.
Will it be a successful race? I have absolutely no idea, and hopefully I can actually be there for it. But I just don't know yet. It's still too early to tell. From what it's looking like, there's not the passing opportunities are going to be far and few between because they're going to be going so slow through the corners where you could pass that most of these are going to be dive bombs and a lot of people could get wrecked, which would be really unfortunate. Um, but I'll tell you one thing: it's going to be a long race. It's going to be. It could be a 5 hour race. I mean, it could really turn into an endurance race. And if we get, I don't know. I don't know where I was about to go with that. I just lost my train of thought. But don't know what to expect from it. It's gonna be a long race. Uh, let's get some cars on the track now and have like a little mini race or something. I don't know.
Okay. One more question here for you guys on discussion time. It's going to be about Brennan Poole. Could you guys see him driving the 27 next season? It's me.
Oh,
Um, I don't see it, to be honest. I don't. I mean, I get he has a win, but I don't think he's ready for Cup yet. Have him in there for like 1, 2 more years to get a few wins, then we'll talk. Michael.
I'm in the same boat. I don't really think he's ready yet. I can't see him going straight to Cup yet. I think a few more, well, another year in Xfinity. Maybe when a good ride pops up, I don't know, maybe Kurt Busch perhaps in that 41. Maybe he'll retire next year. Um, Something like that, you know. But I still think he needs a little bit more time.
Okay. With that said, it's time for predictions. Let me load up the end. My end. Oh, we forgot about Cody. Whoops.
you usually forget about Michael. So, Brandon Poole, I do not see him going for Richard Childress. What I it's like, it was somewhat of a bad idea for Brandon Poole to part ways with Chip Ganassi because with so much success that Chip Ganassi's had this season, I was probably counting on them extending to a 3-car team, and the third driver would be Brandon Poole because the equipment would be there and it would definitely test Poole's talent in the Cup Series. So that was pretty much to me like a detour on Brandon Poole's future in the Cup Series, like a huge detour.
Okay, now it's time for predictions. So I'm not
And
going to recap the
yes,
standings because the standings are all messed up. We're going to make them for private use now
it might as well. It's like
because we've
I
had a lot of
don't
confusion.
know the Chuck's picks. I can't remember who picked who in the Truck Series. I
Then we went to the
somewhat
truck
remember
series
the
then.
Cup Series.
Don't do the truck
Okay,
series then. If you forgot, don't Cody. If you forgot the truck series, don't do it then.
okay. I'll just do the Cup then. It's like I know like there were like some mistakes last week. I'm getting those fixed. Jake will still get 0 points again.
Jake's technically out of the championship.
Yeah, technically out of the championship. and I have made a rebound
Pretty sure we're all
after last
skip at this
week.
point, but you know.
Yeah. Anyway,
So,
let's get
coming
to
into
the
this, I think
predictions.
no points positions would be like
Guys,
switched up
guys,
anyway.
Cody. We're gonna get to predictions, all right? Just forget about the point.
Okay.
All right. So we have 3 races this weekend to predict. One of them will be a featured race, so we're not doing any double headers or something like that. We start things off with Saturday's Kansas Lottery 300. That race will be at 3 p.m. on NBC. The Norb entries for this weekend's race are the Dillon brothers on the 2 and the 3. Spencer Boyd, by the way, will be in the 07. Christopher Bell will be in the 18 this weekend. Eric Jones in the 20. Ryan Blaney, the 22. Bobby Dale Earnhardt in the 40. Tyler Reddick, the 42. Quinn Hoff will enter in the 46. Greg Galding in the 93. Yes, that's the honorable entries for this weekend. So, gentlemen, who wins Kansas? We'll start off with Cody.
So the Xfinity race at Kansas. I know this is going to be a bit of an interesting one, but I'm going to say Tyler Reddick.
Okay,
Oh, it's a
Michael.
bit bold.
Michael.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna give this one to. Oops, I just found out Brendan gone. I'm gonna be giving this one to. I can't think. What's his name? This Justin Allgaier. That's right. I'm gonna be giving this victory to Justin Allgaier. He
All right,
won
I
the.
have 2 choices for this one. My first choice for the win will be Eric Jones. If he does not win, I'm going to pick Elliott Sadler to win. Next up, we have the Formula One race, the United States Grand Prix. And yes, that's right. I said the United States. Formula One in the U.S. this weekend. This is a 3 o'clock race on Sunday on NBC. So I'm gonna have a lot of fun with my picture-in-picture because at the same time will be the Cup race. Who you guys got to win? Cody.
Trying to think about who won last year's race.
It was Hamilton.
Oh, good lord. I don't want to see Hamilton win again. So I'm going to say Vettel.
Michael.
In the spirit of Jake not being here, I will pick Lewis Hamilton.
I don't want to pick Lewis Hamilton. I don't want to pick Lewis Hamilton. I don't want to pick Lewis Hamilton.
Do it.
But I have to. So Michael, does this mean we have to we're gonna make a deal if Hamilton does not win?
Did Cody pick Hamilton?
No, I
Yes.
picked Vettel.
Oh, he picks Vettel. Oh, that's right. Never mind.
So no.
No more Hamilton. No more Hamilton. I'm going to pick Vettel.
Now it's time for the featured race. You cannot pick the same driver. The Cup Series race. That is correct. It's the Hollywood Casino 400. I believe they still call that. 3 o'clock on NBCSN. Who wins it this weekend, guys? Get your diecast ready. Cody, you're first.
Okay,
I
I'm
feel
going to have to get up. So, Michael, you have time to pick. You have some extra time in your hands.
I know exactly what I'm gonna pick, but I swear if you take him, I'll be in trouble.
I have some guys on my
Okay,
mind.
Michael. That sounds
I
like
have
a good
back
signal.
up, so if you, it's okay.
That's okay. It's like I'm still trying to think about a possible pick right now because this one can get a little interesting. Because of who wins this race, it's just random. It is just flat out random. It's like there's no common person that wins these kinds of races. So turn on my laptop and all that. 40%. Okay, that's not bad. So, like I said, it gets pretty random, and usually nobody has been good at winning 2 of those Kansas races in a row. Like, the temperature and the conditions always change. So, guess what? Martin Truex is not winning since he won in May. Okay, then. So, I'm thinking of a driver, and I just have him in my mind right now. He is in the playoffs. So it is not going to be Joey Logano or Kurt Busch. However, I'm going to pick a guy who has not won in a little bit. He already has 1 win this season. And I'm trying to look for the car now. And I have just looked up the paint scheme to where he won at said Kansas. And it is not his new manufacturer. So this is going to be a little off for me. But I think the winner for the Kansas race, and he'll advance on around the bay, even though he is not at a must-win situation. Sorry, it's not Matt Kenseth. I feel like it's going to be Harvick.
Okay, I'm glad I have many backups this weekend.
many backups.
Man, oh man, oh man.
Michael, just pick him. Just pick him, Michael.
Man, oh man, oh man. Who am I picking, Marty?
Just say who you're gonna pick. I don't even know who you're picking, to be honest.
Well, it's not who you think it is, because I know who you're thinking, and I know you're going to pick him, but guess what? He's not going to pick him. Cody actually took my backup pick, so I don't really care about that now, so we're good to go there. I'm just going to shine the light on, or the camera on my Xbox controller for right now.
You playing Heat 2?
This guy has been doing fantastic in the playoffs so far this year. He has so much momentum built up. He is so close to getting that first career win. And you know what? I think he's going to do it this weekend. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And ladies,
Oh my goodness, the Jeff Gordon Chase Elliott mashup.
Yes, sir.
All right, fellas. I am going to go with
Bill is going to win. Except, we're not going to hear any of that creativity when he takes the checker flag. We're just going to hear Elliott gets his first win at Kansas. That's exactly what we're going to hear.
Alrighty. Oh man, alrighty. So this guy who I'm gonna move over here. First off, can you see my diecast wall? Wait, you see my knees?
Yeah. I see your legs.
I see the bee's knees better than the.
Okay. You guys see my diecast wall?
Yeah.
Oh, now I see a car rack.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So this driver I'm going to pick, he's got the 4th best average of all drivers since February of 2015 at the same track. This is actually his best track on the tour. Well, tied for his first in average finishes of 7.5. He's got 2 top 5s, 3 top 10s at this track. He's done 88 laps at this track. It's not who you think I'm going to be picking. I'm not joking. It's not who you think I'm going to be picking. The guy I'm going to pick to win is not MTJ. The guy who I'm going to pick is not Kyle Busch. The guy who I'm going to pick to win.
Oh, wait, no, my camera is sideways.
My favorite driver for 2018 after Junior retires, the 21 of Ryan Blaney, and all those facts are completely true.
Oh, wow.
A stunner right there. Ryan Blaney gets his 2nd career win and it could be the 100th win for the Wood brothers. Does it in Kansas.
And I just want to mention there is now controversy on this show because I said that Blaney would struggle and you said he would win. So I guess we'll see who's right.
All right.
By the way, they have a great podcast. Have you guys listened to it?
I've never listened to it. I've heard some stuff on it though.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. You gotta listen to it.
Alrighty, we have 2 more seconds to go because we have 10 minutes left on the show. So we're gonna do a new segment. It's inspired off of Monday Night Football. Michael and I thought of this. We're gonna do a little bit of "Come on, man." Us off.
Hey Marty, you go first actually, because I gotta find something here real quick.
You want me to go first on "Come on, man"? All right.
I want you to go first. I really do.
All right. So we got this. All right. So we got Jamie McMurray, who is already wrecking in the first caution and gets T-boned by Jeffrey Earnhardt. Well, here comes this one guy that comes from the ARCA series named Mark Thompson, the 15 in the back. He's got this wreck missed. He could either go down pit road or he's got a lane open. You know what he decides to do? He decides to stay low and decides to hit McMurray. He learns from the ARCA series called the ARCA brakes. Come on. Oh, my goodness. Are you kidding me? This guy had this wreck missed, and he says to ARCA brake McMurray, oh, my goodness. Mark Thompson, just focus on the ARCA series. Come on, man.
Where is my video at? Alright, here it is. Alright, y'all. Coming with just a few laps left in the race. We got, if it'll load. You see it right there. Suarez and Elliott are looking for their first career wins, but Elliott makes it 3 wide. Underneath Suarez, a great move, and Suarez comes down right in front of him. And look at what he did to Chase Elliott's car. He ruins his his chance at a first win. Let me see if I can back it up here. Look at this move. Look at this. Look what are you doing, my boy? Suarez. You're blaming the wreck on Chase Elliott. You clearly came down on him. I know you're going for your first win. But seriously, your spotter's got to help you out in that situation. You're 3 wide. He's underneath you. Daniel Suarez, come on, man.
Oh, you got a little bit of come on, man. I tell you something. Let's do a little bit of a flashback here to the truck series. I just gotta find it first. Let me find it.
Well, let's
Well,
see.
I do have another thing.
Well,
Let's go. It's non-NASCAR. It's to a race I was at on Monday night, the World of Outlaws. So I'm in the pits. Me and a few drivers, and usually the most popular driver should be the fan favorite, right? The most popular driver in the World of Outlaws is the 15 of Donnie Schatz. The most winningest active driver on the Outlaws series, the Craftsman Sprint Car Series. However, though, he was kind of I'm not going to say the word. I'm just going to say the first letter. He was kind of a D. Let me tell you why. I get his autograph, and then he's got so much time ahead of him before race time. It's like 45 minutes to go before hot laps begin. I asked for a photo. You know what he says? He says quickly. Oh my gosh, Donnie Schatz, oh my goodness. You don't have to be a D to the fans out here. Donnie Schatz, come on, man.
All right, the incident before the Suarez and Elliott incident, we got Blaney. He was up front all day, had one of the best cars. He wrecked, coming with just a few laps to go. He comes back on the racetrack, but you see all that smoke back there? That's Kevin Harvick and Brendan Gaughan, all right? You're going to watch Blaney come up the track right here. They could just go around the outside of him or the inside. It's obviously nice and clear. They could hit the brakes, do whatever to avoid him. No, you know what they're going to do? My boy Brendan Gaughan is going to run into Blaney right there. Blaney's going to turn around. Kevin Harvick's going to finish him off. I mean, what are you doing? He's right there sitting in front of you. You couldn't just go to the outside of him? Watch, you're going to see a replay of the wreck right here. Logano gets into Bane. Bane goes down the track. Blaney spins out. He's going to come back up the track. Brendan Gaughan, boom, into the driver's door. Kevin Harvick in the passenger side. What are you guys doing? Arc brakes. I mean, Kevin Harvick, Brendan Gaughan. Come on, man.
All right. Let's get to the place where they both start, where all 3 of those guys started, the trucks. So Fox Sports just begins a side-by-side coverage, and like 5 seconds into it, the wreck with Clay Greenfield and John Hunter Nemechek happens. Flashback to 2013 when Boyer blew an engine and spun at Auto Club. Fox Sports caught right back into the action. You know what Fox Sports does? They keep playing the ad, and I'm thinking, okay, they'll just go back to the track afterwards. But they keep this side by side going for like 2 minutes more. You could have just played these ads at either the next break or even a local station break. Fox Sports, just show the fans what they want at the correct time. Come on, man.
We're going back to Fox Sports right here. Fox Sports during the truck race on Saturday. What was the guy's name? Who was the main commentator?
Vince Welch.
Vince Welch. He says, we're going to go to commercial break. You aren't going to miss a thing. As soon as they go to commercial break, you see in the side-by-side action, the big one strikes at Talladega.
Dude, I just talked about that.
Oh, you did? I thought you were talking
That
about
was what I was talking about.
You said, what? Are you sure?
Yes, Clay Greenfield and John Nemechek, right? Will they stay at commercial?
What the heck
I
is
was
that
thinking of a
noise?
different incident. I thought that was a different one.
No, that's the
All right,
same
well,
one, bro.
they did that a couple times during the race. So what was my other one then?
Okay, you got an okay. Let's see here. All right. I got it for you. I got one. So the boys in Talladega this weekend, three wide racing early on, and the first set of pit stops come up. But Jamie McMurray stays 2 lanes up the track, slowing down in front of the whole field. And Eric Jones with nowhere to go, he wrecks the one. Big hit for the 33 there. Jamie would be done. Then later on, next set of pit stops, Jimmy Johnson. He's doing the same thing, stopping in front of the field and gets hit in the rear by Ty Dillon. And the pit crew doesn't even fix the damage. What are these guys doing? Chase on the line. Get down the track, y'all. Come on, man.
You just like literally read exactly what I wrote in the chat. That's the one that I was looking for, I think.
All right, I got one more. I got one more for you. Well, actually, two more. I got two more. I'm going to rant on a driver that had a rant. Denny Hamlin, in a post-race interview, says that points mean nothing, meaning it's only about wins. Well, Denny, let Professor Marty here reteach you on NASCAR's new rules on stages. The top 10 in stages 1 and 2 receive points 10 through 1, and all playoff points you've won accumulate every single round. How do you have playoff points? It's not based off of wins, you SOB. You have to perform well and get points to advance on. That's what stage racing was meant for. Hamlin, you gotta quit criticizing the sport. Come on, man.
NBC,
All right, so I got one more.
Come on, man.
All right, so I got one more for you. All right, so it's either 2 laps to go or 1 lap to go in the race of the Cup race. Rick Allen decides to say they go down the Talladega super stretch for the final time. What?
Wait.
It's not the Talladega super stretch. It's the Alabama game super stretch. Rick Allen, get your facts right. I'm guessing that elevator you were stuck in took a little while. I guess that what you were focused on. My goodness, Rick Allen, come on, know what you're saying. Even I'm a better announcer than you. Come on, man. Which, speaking of which, it's time for stuff that Rick Allen says. Michael, take it away.
All right, my boy Rick Allen, during qualifying, talking about the 88 and the 24, how fast they were. He said that the 88 and the 24 share a shop. Oh, wait, it's the 24. Tell me. I can't remember. I keep getting it mixed up, and then Steve Letarte had to explain it to him. Come on, man. In his final qualifying attempt in the Cup Series, Dale Jr. wins the pole. So I guess Talladega was Junior's last race of the year. He's gonna not even race that Budweiser throwback scheme and do all that fun stuff. And his last race at Martinsville, it's just he's done. Come on, man. One car leading, 39 others at Talladega. Well, that's usually how a race goes down. One car is leading, 39 are chasing. Thanks for stating the obvious there. This caution will bunch everyone back up. They're at Talladega. They're already bunched up. They're in a pack. Come on, man.
Yeah, come on, man. All right, is that it?
Confusion. Yeah, a little bit of confusion with the first segment of Come On Man. It'll be a little more organized next week, but
Yeah. Agreed.
yeah, that was fun.
All
Yeah,
right.
it was.
So that's going to do it for another episode of Motorsports 360. We'll be back Wednesday on the radio at 4 o'clock. Well, by the way, we are sponsored by Credit One Bank and Dodge. Not really.
Not really.
Anyway,
Might
for
get an
Cody and
episode
Mike,
next
I am
week in the
already
middle
saying
of a
so long.
lab.
We'll see you guys on Wednesday. Say bye, everyone.
Adios.
Goodbye.
1, 2, 3, and a 4.
And a cheating Toyota.
What? Wait a second.